The circumstances of Nene Bateo's death, coordinator of Carapatan Central Visayas, is now revealed. She was part of a 30-member fact-finding mission to investigate human rights violations in Bayawan City, Negros Oriental when motorcycle-riding men shot at them, killing her and farmer Eleuterio Morales last November 28, 2017 at 2:45 p.m. while they were on the highway. A third casualty, CJ Materlo, was critically injured. Months prior, a spate of extrajudicial killings targeting leftist activists in the province of Negros Oriental have been documented, particularly in Gihalangan. In Mindanao, newly formed human rights online portal, the Mindanao Observatory of Human Rights, has recorded a spate of similar attacks against human rights defenders and leaders of indigenous and peasant organizations involved in human rights work. UCCP pastor and local leader of the Kilazang Magbubukid NG Pilipinas, Perfecto Hoyle, was shot-gunned down outside his home in Barangay Icanaway, Kicharao, Agasan del Norte last November 17, 2017. Staff member of an EU-funded human rights project implemented by the Rural Missionaries of the Philippines has also reported harassment and intimidation from those who identified themselves as state security agents. Banwayan leader partnering with the same EU-funded human rights project is now in jail for trumped-up charges together with 5 other members of their indigenous organization, Tagjimahan. Over at Compostela Valley, leaders of the local peasant organization are being targeted, the latest being Rodrigo Timoteo of Barangay Mambuseo, Compostela, who was shot dead last November 29, 2017. He is only the latest among those executed in the same manner among peasant leaders in Compostela Valley and elsewhere. The blood trail now extends from Mindanao to the Visayas, with reports of similar atrocities in the north reportedly targeting and vilifying women activists. All of these indicate not just the shrinking democratic space in the country but a state of de facto martial rule where activists who fight for peasant and indigenous people's rights are felled, usually by hooded assassins, incarcerated under trumped-up charges, or threatened of bodily harm, including that of their loved ones. These troubling events occur in the context of the collapse of the peace talks of the government with the CPP-NPA-NDF and President Duterte unleashing the dogs of war against what he calls as legal fronts of the armed communist group. In an unprecedented verbal attack from the irrepressible president, he threatened to arrest members of activist organizations in a public forum. It was tantamount to a verbal order that we can only see exacerbating the spike in state-sanctioned murders and other human rights violations. Under present Philippine laws, it is not a crime to wield any type of political belief. Even maligned and misunderstood convictions such as communism are protected by the Constitution. It is under this democratic principle that progressive groups should be left alone and even defended by state forces. But Duterte's recent pronouncements counters this democratic principle by verbally removing the distinction between armed belligerent groups and those they perceive to be sympathetic members of organizations usually at the forefront of human rights work.